All right, shalawam. First off, I want to say all praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of GMS, and to the elect doing the work in sincerity and in truth. Shalawam. This is Nazar Khud, GMS Precepts here, and I got an article here from MSN.com. It says Boston Fed, MIT unveil model for electronic cash as policymakers mull whether to launch it. Right. So this is the future. This is prophecy, according to the scriptures. This is what starting with our apostles of GMS on down, have been speaking about, have been prophesying about, which this electronic cash is in Revelation the 13th chapter, mark of the beast, the Arfadicha, right? It says, I'll read a little bit of this, but this is becoming more and more of a reality, okay? And this is something through the Spirit that we've warned you about. So it says some members of the Federal Reserve are continuing to explore the launch of its own digital dollar as the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston on Thursday unveiled its first attempt at designing an electric form of cash. So now how they're gonna see, this is what's called gradualism, right? They're gonna introduce this slowly, and they have been introducing this slowly. This is not this concept of making a digital dollar is nothing new. That's why when people hear it, they're gonna be like, oh, I've heard this before, right? Now when they keep speaking about this in a positive light, it's gonna you're gonna be more willing, and also I'm getting a little ahead of myself, and also when you know we have more evidence of the dollar dropping, this is gonna be more appealing to the masses of people, and it's gonna make sense to them, right? Well, yeah, they're right. Well, the dollar is not doing so good. Inflation is getting really bad. Maybe we should consider this. Then it's gonna go to a point where the people are gonna ask for this. They're gonna demand this, right? Let me read a little bit of this. It says the Boston Bank's research conducted in a collaboration with the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or MIT, does not offer a recommendation on whether the Fed should create its own digital currency. The central bank's leaders in Washington are in the process of collecting public feedback on that question now, and the Federal Reserve Chair Jeremy H. Powell said it will only proceed with congressional authorization. You see, so they're only going to proceed with this once they get the Congress to authorize it, right? Right now, they're in the process of collecting feedback from the public to see if this is something that interests them or not. But let me tell you, once this, let me bring up some articles here. This is from Wall Street Journal. Shoppers are caught off guard as prices on everyday items change more often, right? Airlines, gas stations, and large retailers have used dynamic pricing for years. Now others are trying out strategy to deal with the inflation, right? Inflation is becoming a problem, right? Everywhere you go, the prices of everything is increasing. Even car prices. Where's this article here? This is from CNBC.com. Soaring used car prices are pushing inflation higher, and there's not much the U.S. can do about it. Right? Once these prices begin to increase, and the dollar starts to lose more, and because that's all inflation is. Inflation is the dollar losing its value. Right? So it's not necessarily the prices of food going up. It's really the dollar decreasing in value, right? In the past 20 years, used car contribution to inflation averaged zero. Now it's more than 1% on a year-over-year basis, according to the White House. Cost of Motor reports the average retail price for a used vehicle was a new record of more than $28,000 in December. Let me hit you with this. New car prices surged to a record of average of 47 in December, according to a report of Kelley Blue Book. released last week. That's more than 10,000 above what the typical motorist paid pre-COVID. So that's an increase of $10,000, right? For a new car. Let me repeat that. The average price of a new car is almost $50,000, $47,000. The average price for a used car is $28,000. Okay? Once this situation with the dollar gets worse and worse, they're gonna be banging. They're gonna do it January 6th. Walk on the they're gonna walk on the lawn of the White House and the Congress and demand a digital dollar. They're gonna demand some help. Okay. Hegelian dialectic. Um, damn. What's the problem? They create the problem and offer the solution. I forgot the other. It's so basic. I just forgot the problem reaction. I don't know. Well, anyway, Hegelian dialectic. They create the problem and they offer up the solution, which is the solution is bad for the people, right? I'll read a little bit more of this. But in the meantime, Boston team said Thursday that it has solved technical challenges such as such a product would need to meet. Researchers said they designed a system that can settle the vast majority of payments in less than 2 seconds, handles more than 1.7 million transactions per second, and operates around the clock with no service outages in the case of a disruption of his network. See, so they're trying to sell it like it's so advanced, it's easy, it can do all these payments, it's a benefit for you. Yet they're saying, well, we're collecting public feedback and we're not gonna proceed any further until we get authorization from Congress, But once these prices start getting worse and worse and it starts to cost $10, $15 for a gallon of milk, they're going to want a solution. And they already have a solution for that ass in the waiting, which is going to come in the form of that RFID chip. Okay? Matter of fact, let me close it out with that scripture. In Revelation 13. Right? I'm going to go to the point and I'll end it on this. This is Revelation 13 and 16. It says, and causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads, which we know that, you know what? We know that mark goes back to the word karagma, which means an incision. But let's go to the word causeth, right? Causeth. Let me go here. Causeth. Okay. To produce, construct, to be authors of, to make ready, to prepare, to produce, to acquire, to render, to put forth, to lead out, to make one do something. That's the one I want in context. To cause one to, right? To make one to do something, right? And it's not by choice, it's what? By force. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to make you choose no other option but the one they want, which is a solution of taking that digital mark, okay, that digital currency. All right, so that's it. Lord willing, you brothers and sisters were edified. To the next show, shalawam.